Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We want to solve this question under sort. The first question is simplify 3 root 5 times 4 root 6 all over 2 root 2 times 3 root 3. Now let's look at the question. 3 root 5 times 4 root 6 all over 2 root 2 times 3 root 3. Now this is the same thing as 3 times root 5 times 4 times root 6 all over 2 times root 2 times 3 times root 3. So what I just did is I just splitted the sorts. Now the next thing is, if we look at this root 6, this root 6 can also be root 2 times root 3. So we have 3 times root 5 times 4 times root 6 will be root 2 times root 3. So this gives us root 6 all over 2 times root 2 times 3 times root 3. Now, the reason why I splitted this root 6 is for us to be able to cancel out the numerator and the denominator with the same number. So now we have root 2 cancel root 2. We have root 3 cancel root 3. Then we have 2 here, 1, 2 here, 4. We have 3 here, 1, 3 here, 1. So if we look at the numerator, we are left with 4 times root 5. And in the denominator, we are left with only 1. That is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. That is 1. So our final answer will be 4 root 5. Our final answer will be 4 root 5. Now let's look at the second question now. The second question number 2. Now, question number 2 is, we have to simplify 2 root 3 times 6 all over root 3. Sorry, it's not times, minus 6 all over root 3 plus 3 all over root 27. So if we look, this is the first term of this expression, this is the second term, and this is the third term. Now we can perform our division on the first term and on the second term and the third term. And how do we go about it? For us to divide, or we call it rationalization. For us to rationalize the second term and the third term, we multiply the fraction by the denominator. We multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. What do I mean? If you have a over root b, for us to perform division, since the denominator is a sort, is the same thing as saying a times root b all over root b times root b. You can see that we have divided the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So that's what we are going to do with the second and the third term. So now we have the second term. You see how the first term is 2 root 3 minus the second term is going to be now 6 times root 3 all over root 3 times root 3. Then also the third term will be 3 times root 27 all over root 27 times root 27. So now we have just rationalized both the second term and the third term. Now the next thing we have to do now is let's simplify. Now let's simplify. So we have here, we will have 6 root 3 for the numerator. Then the denominator, root 3 times root 3 is the same thing as 3. Of course, we have said that root a times root a will give us a. All right. Now, the third term will also be 3 root 27 all over 27. Of course, root 27 times root 27 is 27. So, still on the second and the third term, 3 here 1, 3 here 2. 3 here 1, 3 here 9. So we have 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 plus root 27 all over 9. So this 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 becomes 0. So here we have root 27 all over 9. We can still simplify this expression. So how do we go about it? Now, root 27 is the same thing as root 9 times 3 all over 9. Root 9 times 3 all over 9. Because 9 times 3 is 27. So we can also say that root 9 times root 3 all over 9. Alright? So now, root 9, the square root of 9 is 3 times root 3 all over 9. Alright, I hope you are with me. So 9 here 1, 9 here 3. So the final answer will now be root 3 all over 3. Thank you. We are going to be solving more questions on that side.